With Father's Day celebrated on Sunday, we thought this would be an appropriate time to examine the state of fatherhood in Oklahoma. Having a dad in the household has a huge impact on children. And it turns out Oklahoma has one of the largest percentages of single dads in the United States. With more on that, we're joined by reporter Kennedy Sepulveda. Kennedy.
That's right, Rich. Family dynamics differ from one household to another, and I spoke with researchers and dads about the importance of a father's role in a child's life and what those barriers that men sometimes face within fatherhood. Sam Brissett is a married father of two living in Yukon, determined to be a better dad than his father was.
I was probably in my early to mid-20s, and I had told myself then that I was going to make myself be a better father than what I grew up with, a better person, be able to teach my kids things that I had to learn on my own growing up.
That journey began when his first child was born 26 years ago.
I had to be slapped back into reality of like, you just got to learn this. I basically was doing it on the fly, and the outcome was really well.
While Sam was figuring out fatherhood pretty much on his own, there are organizations that can help. True Dads is a nonprofit organization based in Oklahoma City that is dedicated to helping fathers learn the skills to better co-parent. Fathers can come over to True Dads for an 8-week course with a co-parent to learn those co-parenting skills to set their child up for success.
Our goal is that dad and co-parent work together so that they teach their kids these kind of skills, how to communicate and how to work together. Because the goal of True Dads is we want you to work together for the good of your kid, whether you're together or not.
True Dads tries to break barriers for fathers who are trying to be active parents. That includes helping with transportation, dinner, and childcare to make sure the parents can make it to the workshops.
We try to remove those barriers so fathers can be involved in their lives. And so if it's a job and their hours aren't working for them, then we're going to help them find a better job with better hours.
While a stable job is important for fathers, Dr. Perry, a professor and fatherhood researcher at the University of Louisville, wants fathers to know that being the economic provider isn't the most important aspect of being a father.
If you gave me a magic wand, one of the things I would do is I would degender the idea of parenting and have dads and moms being irrationally crazy about their children and doing whatever it could that would promote their children's healthy growth and development.
In Oklahoma, Choctaw, Kay, Muskogee, Ottawa, and Comanche counties have the highest percentage of single-parent households, with all 5 being above 40%. Major, Alfalfa, McLean, Dewey, and Harper counties rank in the bottom 5 for number of single-parent households. Dr. Perry says one of the biggest issues fathers face is access to their children.
Even when dads have a heart and a mind and want to take an active role in their kids' lives, they have to negotiate access to their kids, usually through the primary caregiver, mom. And when mom and dads don't have the best co-parenting relationship, that necessarily puts dad at a disadvantaged space in terms of being able to maintain an active role in the kids' lives.
While moms are the primary parent in most single-parent households, 6.1% of those households in Oklahoma are parented by a single father, ranking Oklahoma as having the 3rd highest percentage of single-father families in the nation. Research shows children who live in single-parent homes are at a high risk for behavioral issues, lower education levels, and low income in adulthood.
We know that children, when they have an active father, that they're less likely to become teen parents, they're less likely to end up incarcerated, they're less likely to be in poverty, and they're also less likely to have mental illnesses like depression and anxiety.
The National Responsible Fatherhood Clearinghouse's Dedication PSA shares stories that show dads pushing through struggles to be there for their children.
We've used research, of course, to move the story, but you're going to hear the hearts of men, not the voices, but the hearts of men who have triumphantly overcome challenges, and they have been re-engaged or connected more deeply with their children.
Darrell Lyons is one of the 4 fathers featured in the documentary Dedication. He and his wife were both raised by single mothers, and Darrell was determined to break that cycle of fatherlessness households in his lineage.
And then in the first year of my oldest child's life, it was really difficult. It was really hard. And I say, oh, this is what my father was dealing with. That was rough. I understand what he was going through now. So I had to learn how to forgive him in order for me to be who I needed to be to become a righteous father for my child.
Forgiveness is just part of Darrell's journey. He, like many fathers, had to heal himself to be a better parent to his children.
You got to be okay with being vulnerable. We're so used to like being prideful and walk around with your chest up and saying you got this, when in truth, sometimes you don't got this. You don't have this.
There's a whole line of research that speaks about from the time that a boy is 4, they've been socialized to internalize. He's been trained for a number of years. Man up, you better not cry. And so until we make the space safe for our boys to be vulnerable, we kind of continue to see that pattern.
It's important to note that some states have laws in place stating shared custody by both parents is best for the child. Oklahoma does not have that law, but it is illegal for custody decisions to be made based on the gender of the parent.